What's on page 160 and 161? More trinkets waiting to become awesome items. And today, class, we'll be looking at number 25. And number 25 is a tiny silver icon of a raven. Let's call this one the messenger. The messenger can be used to take a message to literally anyone, anywhere. Doesn't matter if you're on the same plane or realm of existence. The downside is it's only got about 15 seconds of memory, so you gotta speak fast. After you say your message to the icon, a silver raven will appear and wing your message off to wherever it's supposed to go. When it arrives, the raven will play back the message, just as you said it, and the recipient will be able to send a response. Once it has returned and relayed its message, it turns back into the icon in your possession. And it seems like there was something else, but I'm forgetting. What was it? Oh, right! You've forgotten the passphrase. Or more like, you probably never had it. So over the course of your adventure, the DM should be giving you hints as to what the passphrase of this is. It may even be printed in some kind of garbled cipher on the bottom or back of the icon, or printed in a different language. Either way, this phrase must be spoken each time before the raven will appear. Once again, it's time for us to breathe awesome into a trinket in the player's handbook. And today we're looking at number 31. And number 31 is a silver badge in the shape of a 5-pointed star. I apologize for my voice in the first part of this, but I was literally filming that at 4 o'clock this morning. Now for the fun stuff. We're going to call this one the Ranger badge. The word Ranger can be found printed across the front of this badge. And this badge marks you as an agent of an international law enforcement agency, whose jurisdiction is anywhere they say it is, meaning you can pull resources or help from any local law enforcement agency, possibly even be excused from committing a few crimes, all in the name of upholding justice. There's just one problem. This isn't your badge. Emblazoned on the back of it is the name Walker. Yeah, I went there. And yeah, I know this makes this one of my more corny items, and it's more mundane, but I still think the RP potential is awesome. Because think about it, if somebody that knows the Rangers calls you out, or maybe another Ranger calls you out, you could get in some real deep trouble. Of course, you could use this to get out of some real deep trouble too, but only if you can convince people you actually belong to the Rangers. It's another day, another trinket from the player's handbook turned into an awesome item. And rolling for it we get number 77. And number 77 is a sheet of parchment upon which is drawn a complex mechanical contraption. Let's call this one the Madness of Qualish. Basically what is shown in these plans is a giant metal barrel on crab legs. And based on the name and that description, you may recognize this from page 151 of the Dungeon Master's Guide. However, that little thing is just its prototype cousin. This one is capable of seating 6 to 8 instead of just 2, and is much faster, meaning it's actually useful for transportation of a fairly good-sized group. And having these plans means almost any blacksmith could accomplish most of the work. It will require a lot of time and materials, and a few of the more intricate parts will require somebody that is a master of their trade. Also included with these plans were a few prototypes that Qualish was never able to finish. So these plans are incomplete and would require a master of their craft to finish. These include a couple of attachments for the crab arms, including a flamethrower that would mimic a dragon's breath weapon, and a self-reloading siege ballista. There also appear to be plans for some kind of flotation device and propulsion system, which could turn this into a competent seagoing vessel. And it's another player's handbook trinket turned into an awesome item coming at you fast. And rolling for it we get... well, I guess it's going to be number 49. And number 49 is the silver spoon with an M engraved on the handle. We're going to call this one Merlin's Silver Spoon. I'll let you guys do your own research into who Merlin was. In essence, it's a player character that was given deity by Gary Gygax himself in Memoir of His Friend. With this silver spoon in hand, the character can tap on the side of any drinking vessel and invite his friends to join him at his table. The table can be anything ranging from an actual table to a log out in the woods. Once the group takes their seats around the table, a group of unseen servants delivers all the serving trays that they will need around them. However, they are all empty. And everything stays empty until the host takes a little spoon, scoops something out of one of the bowls and says, "Bangarang," and flicks it at one of the other characters. After the colorful and tasty food deposits itself on the face of that character, all the invitees look around and see that all the dishes are now full. And eating from this banquet confers upon you the blessings of Hero's Feast. Oh yeah, there's got to be a downside. Anyone not invited to this feast sees nothing. So they never see the bowls or plates deposited, and they definitely don't see the food. So all they see is a bunch of crazy people. Did you know there's useless trinkets in the player's handbook? Not anymore, because we're making them awesome. And today's winner is number 35. And number 35 is a white sequins glove sized for a human. Okay, you know we've got to do it. This one is Jack Michelson's Glove of Bardic Glory. And this would be that perfect item to give to the player that randomly bursts out into songs, because, their character now does. That character is now blessed with musical Tourette's. If anything remotely reminds them of the song, they'll burst into song, even if it's made up. But the glove will never leave them hanging because it will provide them with the perfect choreography as well as the perfect accompaniment for their song. The benefit of this item is it gives you advantage on all charisma-based rolls. The problem is you have to do them all set to song. For instance, if you're trying to barter, it might sound something like this. You think that price is the one, but that's not a deal, my son. I apologize profusely for that, but I don't apologize for this item. If you liked what you saw in this video, make sure you hit that subscribe button, or check out one of the other videos or playlists listed here. Also, be sure to check out the description for links to all of my social media sites. My next video will be posted in 5 days. Thanks for watching.